Dialog messages. Hello everyone. This is the video where we're going to talk about dialog messages. So a dialog message is another message type to give information to the user. Now, of course, unlike the other messages, the user interacts with the dialog message. So in a dialog message, a small window opens and the user is informed. And then after the information, the user decides what's going to happen next. So you can see how the dialog message, how it's going to work in a lot of different applications. You probably already recognize it. Let's say, for example, if you want to delete something, a dialog message opens and then asks you, hey, do you really want to delete this? And then after that, if you really want to delete it, you can click yes. Or if you don't want to delete it, you can click no. Another example could be if you want to close an application. A dialog message is shown, and then after that, you can choose to close it or not. So dialog messages are probably one of the most used messages, so why don't we just get to it and open up Android Studio and see how to create it. Now, of course, you know that here we are back in our project, and we will continue to build it. And this is what we'll do. So we have a button here. Its text is delete text of text view. And also we have a text view here. So when I click this button, it will show me a dialog message before it deletes the text. So then after that, if I click yes, it will delete the text. If I click no, it will not delete the text. Now, before we start, I just want to show you what it will look like. Okay, can you see? When I click the delete button, it's asking me, do you want to delete text? And there are two options, yes and no. And when I click no, it disappears. When I click yes, it's deleted. So, let's create it. So we create dialog messages on the Java side. So where will I write my code? When I click the delete button, I want to create a dialog message. And this is the delete button. We defined it before. Its name is OK. So I added a click listener to this OK button. So now I can create a dialog message inside the click listener. I'll write a method. Its name is show dialog message. And I will call this method here. But I'm going to write this method below because I don't want to mess in the onClick method, right? So I can do it in two ways. First one is I can write this method myself here. The second way is I can click this red lamp and choose create this method. So after that, I'll need to choose the main activity here. And it created this method automatically. So now I will create a dialog message in here inside this method. Name of the dialog message is AlertDialog. Okay? And then I'll write here AlertDialog.builder. And after that, I'll need to give a name to this AlertDialog message. And I'll write AlertDialog equals new AlertDialog builder. And I'll write inside parenthesis. So when I wrote this here, I defined the context. So it will work on this activity. So I created a dialog message and give it a name, AlertDialog. Okay, so now I need to define its features. So I'll write here AlertDialog.setTitle. And then whatever I write here will be shown as a title. And you can see that here. Delete is the title. So now I need to define this title. And I'll write inside the quotation marks, delete. Okay, so I'll continue. I write here .setMessage. And I will write here my message that I want to show to the user. You can see here, message. message is, do you want to delete text? Okay, so far so good. So after the message, I will define the yes and no button. And how will I define these buttons? Write this here. Set negative button. Negative button is no. So now I need to define the text of the button. I will write inside the quotation marks, no. And then after that, I need to add a listener to this no button. Because when the user clicks no, it needs to sense that and trigger some operations. So I will write after the comma, new dialog interface dot on click listener. So now when the user clicks on no, I'll write down what I want it to do. Also, I need to define the yes button. So I can just write that here, dot set positive button, and inside the parentheses, I will write the text of the positive button, yes, and I'll add a click listener to this yes button as well. Now when the user clicks on yes, I'll write down what I want to do, and then after that I'll just write here dot show. And then what that does is it shows the dialog message. Oh, and lastly, I will write AlertDialog.create. So that should be pretty clear. It's a few steps, but I hope you understood. I created the alert dialog here, and I defined the title here, and defined the message here, and defined the yes button here, and then added a click button to this yes button. Now also, I defined the no button here and added a click listener in the same way. And I added here the show and writing alert dialog.create. Alert dialog is now ready. So after that, I'll need to specify what will happen when the user clicks on no, right? So when the user clicks no, the alert dialog will be closed. So what will I do? I'll write here dialog.cancel. So also I'll need to specify what will happen when the user clicks yes. When the user clicks yes, text of the text view will be deleted. So we defined this text view before. Its name was result. And now I'll just write it here. Result.setText. And I won't write anything inside the quotation marks. And that way the text will be deleted. So why don't we have a look? Let's run it and see. Applications open, and when I click the delete button, the alert dialog opens. And let's see what happens if I click no. The alert dialog is closed. If I click yes, it deletes the text. Great, so this is a fairly simple but accurate example of two buttons for the alert dialog. So there are other types of dialog messages. We learned this type, and we will see some other types in the next upcoming videos. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. I'll see you in the next video.